strictly according to the expectations of the UPSC Mains GS Paper IV, Ethics, Integrity, and Aptitude exam. These cover the utilization of public funds, leakages, administrative pressure, and institutionalized corruption, complete with stakeholder analysis, ethical dilemmas, decision matrices, and strategic action plans. Case Study 1. Welfare Funds Siphoning and Local Corruption, MGNREGA, DBT Leakage, Context and Facts of the Case. You have recently taken charge as the District Magistrate, DM, of a socio-economically backward district. During a surprise inspection, you discover major irregularities in the implementation of the MGNREGA Rural Employment Scheme, ghost beneficiaries and fake muster rolls. Funds are being disbursed to non-existent workers, with bank accounts controlled by a nexus of local village political heads, sarpanches, local contractors, and junior block officials. Substandard, ghost assets. Payments have been cleared for rural roads and water harvesting structures that either do not exist on the ground or are constructed with severely inferior materials. Political and administrative resistance. When you initiate an inquiry, the local MLA pressures you informally, stating that cracking down near local elections will disrupt public trust, create local unrest, and stall all ongoing district developmental works. 1. Stakeholders involved. The district magistrate, custodian of public funds, bound by constitutional ethics, administrative rules, and fiduciary responsibility. Genuine rural workers, job seekers, deprived of legitimate wage earnings and social security benefits. The local nexus, sarpanches, contractors, block officials, perpetrators of fund diversion and systemic corruption. Local political leadership, MLA, seeking short-term political stability over accountability. General public, taxpayers, loss of trust in government delivery mechanisms due to misutilization of public money. 2. Key ethical dilemmas. Rule of law versus administrative continuity. Enforcing strict legal action against local officials versus ensuring routine government administration does not come to a complete standstill. Fiduciary duty versus political coercion. Protecting public funds, taxpayer trust, versus managing friction with local elected representatives. Short-term disruption versus long-term governance. Potential temporary halt in scheme execution versus establishing long-term transparency and justice. 3. Evaluation of options. Option A. Proceed with a quiet internal warning and delay formal inquiry until elections pass. Pros. Avoids immediate political confrontation, maintains local administrative operations without temporary disruption. Cons. Violates the principle of probity and integrity, promotes moral hazard by signaling that corruption is tolerated under political cover, breaches fiduciary trust to the poor. Option B. Immediately freeze all MGNREGA fund allocations across the entire district and suspend all block-level staff. Pros. Demonstrates strong zero tolerance against corruption, prevents immediate financial leakage. Cons. Disproportionate response, denies immediate wage livelihoods to thousands of genuine, poor villagers, causes administrative paralysis without due process. Option C. Initiate a targeted, time-bound forensic audit, file FIRs against verified offenders, and deploy technological reforms for fund discursions. Pros. Upholds the rule of law, ensures accountability while safeguarding genuine workers through direct benefit transfer, DBT, balances political resistance with evidence-based administration. Cons. Requires high administrative effort, close monitoring, and tactful handling of political pressure. 4. Course of action and long-term strategy. Forensic special audit. Constitute an independent, 3-member audit team from outside the concerned block to conduct 100% verification of muster rolls and physical assets within 15 days. Legal and administrative action. Based on the audit report, immediately suspend implicated junior officials, blacklist collusion contractors, and lodge FIRs under the Prevention of Corruption Act, PCA. Institutionalizing preventive measures, e-governance and geotagging. Mandate geotagging, Buvan M. Narega, for all created assets before payment release. Aadhaar-based payment bridge, ABPS, ensure 100% wages go directly to verified bank accounts of beneficiaries, eliminating local cash, middlemen intervention. Social audit via Gram Sabha. Enforce mandatory social audits where muster rolls are read aloud in Gram Sabhas to institutionalize community-led vigilance. Handling political pressure. politely but firmly brief the local MLA with audit evidence, framing the cleanup as a constitutional imperative that enhances genuine welfare delivery and public trust. Case Study 2. Procurement Fraud and Expenditure Splitting, GFR Violation, Context and Facts of the Case. You are working as the project director in a state-run public sector infrastructure corporation. A critical rural connectivity project worth 75 lakh rupees needs immediate procurement of high-grade construction materials to complete the work before the monsoon sets in. According to the General Financial Rules, GFR, expenditures up to 30 lakh rupees can be sanctioned directly by you as project director. Expenditures exceeding 30 lakh rupees require competitive open e-tendering and formal approval from the Managing Director, MD, Departmental Board, which takes 4 to 6 weeks. Your senior, the Managing Director, orally instructs you to split the single purchase order into 3 smaller tenders of 25 lakh rupees each to bypass higher board sanction, meet the deadline, and award the contracts to a specific local vendor. He subtly hints that your upcoming performance evaluation, ACR, and promotion depend on meeting this project deadline without delay. 5. Stakeholders involved. Project Director, you, civil servant torn between career progression, superior orders, and adherence to financial rules, GFR. Managing Director, senior, exercising administrative authority while encouraging financial irregularities. Selected local vendor, potential beneficiary of non-competitive, split tender favors. Public, commuters, entitled to durable infrastructure constructed through transparent spending. 6. Ethical and administrative conflicts. Financial propriety versus timely execution, adhering strictly to GFR versus avoiding project delays due to upcoming monsoon rains. Rule-based conduct versus illegal orders, duty of obedience to superior officers versus obligation to uphold law and statutory rules. Personal career interest versus integrity, fear of adverse ACR, promotion impact versus maintaining financial probity. 7. Matrix of available options. Option: pros, cons, ethical evaluation. Option 1. Comply with MD's oral order. Split order into 3 times 25 rupees, text, L. Completes project before monsoons. Protects personal ACR and promotion. Severe violation of GFR, splitting of sanction. Invites CAG audit objections and vigilance prosecution. Unethical. Breaches financial propriety and rules. Option 2. Refuse directly and delay file movement. Avoids personal legal exposure. Project gets stalled. Public suffers during monsoons. Creates severe professional hostility. Passive integrity. Lacks administrative problem solving. Option 3. Put written note, request emergency approval, and fast-track tender. Full compliance with GFR. Establishes transparent paper trail. Delivers project legally. Requires extra effort to fast-track board approval. Ethical and practical. Combines moral courage with procedural efficiency. 4. Preferred action plan. Submit a reasoned written note. Put up an official note on the file clearly quoting General Financial Rules, GFR, pointing out that splitting expenditure to bypass higher sanction is an audit irregularity. Propose an emergency fast-track approval mechanism. Instead of standard 6-week tendering, submit an urgent proposal to the MD to invoke emergency procurement provisions, special board approval via circulation within 48 hours, highlighting the imminent monsoon crisis. Ensure e-procurement. Conduct an open, transparent short-term e-tender to get competitive market rates, preventing favoritism to a single vendor. Document everything. Maintain complete, transparent documentation of all communications to protect administrative integrity against arbitrary ACR downgrades. Key theoretical frameworks and keywords for answers. When attempting GS Paper 4 questions on public funds and corruption, integrate these essential terms: fiduciary responsibility. Public servants hold money in trust for citizens. Clickguard's model of corruption. Text, corruption, equals, text, monopoly, plus, text, discretion, text, accountability. Public Financial Management System, PFMS, and Direct Benefit Transfer, DBT, tools to plug leakages and reduce discretion. General Financial Rules, GFR, and Probity in Governance, legal and ethical benchmarks for spending public money. Social Audit, direct democratic scrutiny of public fund utilization. An insightful breakdown of the ethical dilemmas, financial principles, and decision frameworks associated with public fund reallocation in GS Paper IV can be viewed in Budget Dilemma, Housing or Energy Security, UPSC Ethics Case Study. This video directly analyzes the conflict between developmental goals, public funds, and administrative ethics in a structured UPSC format.